Alright! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Melanie and I'm very happy you're here today because I have a fun video for you guys. I'm super excited to do it. I've been watching Cody's Books Corner video or Wheel of TBR video and I love them. When I found that out, I just watched all of them like a show, like a series. And I loved it, and I really wanted to do something like that for me because it's just so much fun to get prompt and to have to choose books and stuff. So I thought about it and I asked her if I could do something in the same vibe as her, and she said yes. So I made, they are very homemade cards for myself, and I put prompt, kind of like the same prompt she has, and I adapted some of them to my reading taste and stuff, and that's gonna be the cards, the TBR cards. So yeah, that's gonna be how I choose part of my TBR. I thought 8 books would be a kind of good range of books to choose from, so I usually read 10 or maybe a bit less or a bit more than that, and I thought 8 would be nice so I can add in some other reads, small reads that I want to add in, or challenges or readathon or stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with 8 this month, and I would have put another video by the time this video goes out where I show you all the cards and tell them a bit more about the prompt and what they are, what they correspond to. Here you go. So let's get started. For this first edition, I just think I'm gonna like fan them and pick one, and because I don't have any other games that I want to do, I just want to do that. I just want to play with it a little bit. So I'm gonna good shuffle. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna fan them out so you can see the colors and stuff, and I'm gonna pick one right here. My lowest rated. Ouch. Is this game a good idea? I don't know anymore. Okay, so I have part of my TBR here, but a lot of it is on my Libby app or my Scrib app because I listen to them on audiobook or ebook. So I have a sheet, an Excel sheet where I put all of my books and the ratings and blah blah blah, so I can sort stuff in there. So I'm gonna go have a look. Okay, so what I can see from my Excel sheet is that my lowest rated is The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Fuck. And I already tried to read that a couple times. I got into like the beginning of it, and I don't know, it was funny, but I was not like, yeah, I want to read that, like continue reading that. When I'm reading it, it's fine, but when I close it, then I want to read something else. And I'm not super big into nonfiction, personal development. I love buying personal development books, but I never read them. So I guess this is why I did that game. So yeah, I'm gonna read The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Fuck this month. Okay, I hope it's gonna be nicer to me now. Let's go with this one. TBR Veteran. Okay, so for my TBR Vet, I have 2 things that I have in mind. One of them is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. I bought this so many years ago. This is one of my first Penguin Classic English Library edition that I bought, and when I did some research on it, they said to read Jane Eyre before reading this one because it references kind of gothic book like that in this. So I went and read Jane Eyre and I wasn't really a big fan of it, so it didn't help me to pick this one up. And the other one is The Golden Notebook by Doris Lessing. I put it in my must read of 2020 video because one of my friends really vividly recommended to me for several years, and I still haven't read it because I'm afraid of how big it is. But I think this is the month. February is the month, so I'm gonna read The Golden Notebook by Doris Lessing. I have it on my Libby app, on my Libby library app, so I think I'm gonna read it like this, like on audiobook. They have the ebook as well, so I might switch between the two. So yeah, another pick now. Let's shuffle them a little bit. Shuffle, shuffle. Voilà. Okay. Another one. A reread. Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna read. I didn't know that it was gonna be so much rain. So my reread is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I'm going through a reread of all the Harry Potter with Murphy from Murphy Napier's channel, and yeah, I'm at the seventh and last one, and I can't wait. I've been like pacing myself not to just read Harry Potter. So I've read the 5th and the 6th last month, and I couldn't wait to read the 7th. Okay, so that's 3 of them, and let's take a 4th one. Right there. A new author. Oh, and I haven't told you, but this is my TBR shelf, like my books, my to-read books, my recently bought and to-read books, and my French classic to-read books. So I have here, for new author, 2 books that I bought recently in my last trip to the US. The Wise and the Wicked by Rebecca Potos, and The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Zapetis. Sorry. And this I seen on Kayla from Books and Lala's channel. She talked about it last year, and the intrigue really intrigued me. So yeah, and I have The Fountain, and this one I've seen pretty much everywhere at the end of last year. It's a historical fiction, young adult set in Spain, and this is more like Russian immigrant vibe, magical realism, and very woman focused story. Like it's a generation of women story. So just for the length of it, because I already have this bad boy on my on my TBR, I'm gonna choose The Wise and the Wicked. All right, we are halfway, and another pick. I'm gonna pick this one. Color. I'm gonna shuffle them again and pick up another card, and this time only the color of it will count. And I'm gonna find a book that has a spine or that color on the cover. Very easy. The length of this explanation was way too big. So I don't have a lot of color on my books, so hope it's not too complicated. I'm gonna go well, purple it is. What purple do I have? The first big purple thing that came to mind is Isaac Asimov books. They reprinted them a few years ago, and they're all purple. I just finished the Complete Robot, and according to Asimov reading order, the next one is The Cave of Steel, and I think I want to go with that. I want to read The Cave of Steel. I think it's on Scrib, or I have it on my Libby app, so I think I'm gonna get it like that. Or there's some purple in here. It's Eric Emmanuel Schmidt, Les 10 enfants que Madame Ming n'a jamais eu. And I've talked about it in my must read 2020 video as well. But there is other books that come before this one, even though they all can be read as standalone. They're kind of a series, and so yeah, I don't want to jump ahead and read that one just because there is purple on the cover. So I'm gonna go with Asimov. I'm gonna put this there, but it's not really the right one, but you know, we know. All right, this is gonna be a pain in the ass to edit. Thank you, me. Okay, 5, and it looks very nice. So I'm gonna have another one. I'm gonna have this one, most recent, that I bought most recently, and I don't know. So the same trip that I bought The Fountain of Silence, I also bought The Beauty and the Beast, the Minalima edition. And even though I really want to read that, I think I want to read that more. And another reason is that I read French classic once a month on my channel. I buddy read them. Like I put the link here if you want to know more about it. So yeah, The Beauty and the Beast is my pick for February. I want to buddy read them on Instagram. I have a little group and we chat in there while we read. And I want to read the French edition, and then I will look at the illustration and the translation at the same time, so I can switch between the two. I think it will be very nice to compare them. So yeah, let's go in the TBR. So I have to pick another 2, and let's go with this. YouTubers' favorite. So one of my YouTubers' favorite. So I already spoke about the 2 of them. I have 2 big books. The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I know it's Cody from Cody's Book Corner again favorite. She just finished Oathbringer and she loved it, and I have those on my shelves for so long and I really want to read them, and I love Brandon Sanderson, and I don't know why I haven't started on the Stormlight archive series yet, but yeah, I know, and actually I know it's because of the length, because it's way big. This is one book. The two books are actually one tome, one big tome, and the other one is The Red Seas Under a Red Sky by Scott Lynch. It's Murphy Napier's favorite. She loves the Gentleman Bastard series, and this is the second one. I really loved the first one and I want to continue. So I think I want to go with The Way of King because I just love Brandon Sanderson and I just want to be starting on Stormlight Archive. So this is going to be a challenge because I already have Doris Lessing, The Golden Notebook, I already have Harry Potter, and now I have this. It's a lot of chunky books this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is the last one. This was so much fun. I'm so happy. I hope you enjoyed this video too, but like I'm so happy to be doing it. And the last one would be this one. A classic, nice. So because I have so many big books already, I want to be nice with myself and choose between Agatha Christie, The Mysterious Affair at Style. It's the first Poirot story, and I really want to read Agatha Christie's work. I love detective stories, and I read a couple of them when I was younger, but I really want to like read them in order and find out if I really love it or not. So there's this, or there is The Taming of the Shrew by Shakespeare. I started reading Shakespeare at the end of last year, and I'm really enjoying it way more than I thought I would. And this is my friend's favorite. She read it in school, my friend Camille. Hi. And so I really don't know. Is Agatha Christie a classic? Like, let me know in the comment. I really don't know. But I think I'm gonna go with her because I haven't read one of her in like a few months, and I've read 2 of them in the last few months. So yeah, Agatha Christie. So this is all the prompt that I got this month, and this is all the books I've got to read this month, plus The Golden Notebook by Doris Lessing, and instead of The Complete Robot I have Cave of Steel. so it's gonna be a lot shorter. But yeah, here's my first stack picked by my cards, and I'm very happy with it. It's very different from what I thought it was going to be, and I can't wait to dive in, and I'll let you know next month how it did. And thank you for watching. Bye.